Alrighty, we're back out in the RV. A little bit of story about getting burned out. When I first got an RV trailer, started paying attention to all the units that are on the highway. I mean, they're just coming up and down everywhere. But as I travel around, I also pay attention to the RVs that are parked. Some haven't been moved for several years. Some have not been moved in forever. Seems like they're all starting to fall apart, and I sit and wonder, why is that? And it reminds me of my neighbors when they get in-ground pools put in their house. The first year they wear it out. Second year, not so much. By the third, fourth year, it's full of green water, and a few years later they're tearing it down and getting rid of it. So why does that happen? Why do people burn out? And I got a few thoughts I'll share with you. I think part of the reason people start to slow down in their RV use is sometimes it can be a bit hectic, kind of wears you out physically. I know we started going out to the mountains and pulling in a trailer, even though it's a small one, 2 or 3 hours through heavy traffic. By the time I get there, I'm worn out, and then I don't enjoy myself because I know I've got about a 2 or 3 hour drive home. So what we did was decide we will stay no more than 1 hour from the house. And one of the other reasons I think people burn out is some of the places you stay. By limiting our radius of where we travel, we get to, I'll always drive, check the place out before I stay there. I've weeded out a whole bunch of RV sites that look good on their website, but you get there and it's just not as advertised, so to speak. So we limit ourselves. We check out the RV parks before we go, and short drive, get hooked up, get back home. It's not a problem at all. And we sort of limit our trips. The third reason a lot of folks burn out, I think they just go so much and start to not enjoy it. We go twice a month, sometimes only once a month, and every time we go, we're ready for it and we thoroughly enjoy it. One other reason I think people burn out is, golly, some of these units are so darn big. We got, I guess, the minimum size fits 2 people very comfortably, but some folks, only man and woman, they're pulling big, huge units. And again, you just have to be careful, especially on the highway, traffic, and getting to where you're going. So if you can handle it, fine, but might be a little bit more comfortable if you'd bought a smaller unit. That's just us, though. We looked at getting a bigger unit and thought, my goodness, the one we got's perfect for us. So for us to avoid burnout, what we do is go maybe once, twice a month, go close to home. We don't have the stress of pulling a trailer through traffic, driving a long way, wearing ourselves out. And we plan our trips to where we can unhook, get in the truck and explore the area a little bit and get a little bit more out of the trip than just sitting in a RV. Nothing wrong with that, but we plan our trips accordingly, and so far, I mean, we're just tickled to death with it. Again, it's sort of sad to see folks buy nice RVs and just quit using them, and they sit and sit till they're finally deteriorated and leaking and not fit to use anymore. So just a few thoughts about how we kept from burning out. I think another reason people burn out is that getting in an RV or a trailer and going on a trip's just not like jumping in your car. You got a plan, you've got food, clothing, outdoor chairs, just all sorts of things to consider and pack up. Sometimes that gets a little frustrating for people. I think another reason I see so many RVs and trailers that are just sitting, haven't been moved in years, is that people start to neglect a little bit of maintenance. Might get a little bit of a leak or some little issue and just kind of let it go and get out of the habit of going, and it just sits there and deteriorates. One last reason I think for a lot of people is that you just move on to other things. Maybe RVing and getting out on a trailer was something you did with your children, and they grew up, moved away, and sometimes physical elements. I know some folks have trouble driving at night. Gets a little bit nerve-wracking pulling a trailer behind you, especially on an interstate. So all sorts of reasons to burn out. I think you can probably make it a little bit easier if you go on trips that aren't so so much stress involved. Again, our plan is really simple. Twice a month, 1 hour from the house. We always scout out the RV sites beforehand, and so far, man, we're having a great time. I hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later.